You're listening to Chatting with Flor Moran, only on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back to Chatting with Flor, another Sunday afternoon. And I just hope everybody's doing their homework, spreading love and kindness, especially much needed this time. And I have a special guest. You guys are already familiar with Sergio. Hi,
Hi.
Sergio. Welcome back. High
Thank you.
five. Thank you so much for being back here on Chatting with Flor.
My pleasure.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I'm good. I'm glad to to hear that, and also I know you've been busy, and I appreciate you for making this time for us here, Chatting with Flor. And just go ahead and tell them why are we doing this episode.
Well, this episode is more related with self-care, I think, more
Spirituality,
spirituality and meditation. That's very important.
keeping ourselves zen. That's
Yes,
important to
yes.
do zen. Like everybody knows, I love to meditate when I can.
Mhm.
Nowadays, I've been busy, and you have a busy life, but you make time to
Yes.
meditate. So he's a
The-
guru to me. He knows, he's very knowledgeable about this.
No, the
So-
guru is the one I learn everything, and I'm happy to share a little bit. And it's a new world, and I think we are in the age
that everybody's
Yeah.
awaking slowly.
to learn about this, because it's very important for the Western society to know about the Easter, that they are more advanced in that matter.
Yeah.
So
So tell me, how did you learn about this spirituality?
I was in a search since I came to this country in 1992,
Mhm.
and I was into self-healing, massage, meditation. I had an uncle who was doing that, and we started doing a project together of a mixture of massage with body movements and stretches
Mhm.
for self-healing. And I'm still doing that, and I haven't finished. He passed and everything, but that was the beginning. He was like a mentor to me. And then it's like knocking the door, and the door will open. So
Right.
I keep looking and
And
looking.
he's the one who introduced you to that.
No, he was familiar already with my guru, Paramahansa Yogananda,
Mhm.
but we never had that connection while he was in alive with the body right now here. And then I had a friend from Colombia. I was living in the desert at that time, and she invited me to the convocation that they do once a year in downtown at Bonaventure Hotel.
Mhm.
And then I have the spiritual experience when we are in 400 people in a room meditating, and I have a very strong
Yeah.
awakening and welcoming to the
Wow.
path. So
So since you've been awakened during the time of COVID,
Mm.
did it help you to
was,
wake up more, to realize more stuff?
I had more time to practice the techniques, because it's all about techniques.
So what techniques do you
It's
have?
it's a technique that is part of pranayam.
Mhm.
Pranayam is the technique that is like you are a scientific researcher, and you do scientific experiment by practicing the techniques. And when you practice the techniques, your body becomes more, the atoms becomes more energized, and we are like electricity. So it's like a dynamo. The dynamo becomes stronger, and then the awareness start rising on the chakras, and then you can absorb more, because
So tell me, since you mentioned the chakras,
Mhm.
I know they have different colors.
Yes.
And I know every color is different, but it will take us a whole show to talk about that. But if you can briefly tell us about the chakras.
Yeah, because the light, when it goes to matter, everything we see in colors, but it's all light. It's all an illusion.
Mhm.
But in the astral body, it's also part of that illusion, but it's a little deeper than the physical body. And the physical body, we have these five senses. And the five senses, we always taking the energy out by seeing, by eating, maybe sometimes overeating or this
Right.
or that.
Right.
So we're taking the energy out. By meditation, you start bringing the energy in, and you will start more sensitive to the chakras and to the lights and to the feelings and to the visions and the third eye. So it's about posture. It's about sitting straight. We are accustomed to be in the couch just like that. and
Yeah,
drop it.
resting.
But it's very important to be straight, because we are like an antenna and we have a receptor. So when you sit straight and you are already in tune with that symphony, and you can perceive more things. And meditation does that in a scientific way.
Wow.
So you do the breathing exercise, you become aware of your breathing when it comes out, when it comes in the little spaces between, and then you connect. Every time you concentrate, you connect more and more and more with that inner self. And that inner self is the soul. And the soul is a different kingdom, it's a real self.
Mm.
Because we are taking the energy out by the senses, we are in the ego. And
So
everything
that's
is,
why when we're close to nature, that's when we
oh yeah,
clean.
nature, Mother Nature is all perfect and she rules everything. Everything that you see is Mother Nature.
Hmm.
And that's part of our being. And we are that part too, the biological part in us. So we need to connect with Mother Nature to be more sensitive and to calm our mind, and also with the sun. The sun, and if you do pranayama with the sun, it's unbelievable because you become aware of your breathing, and you can hold the breathing when you're in
Hold
the
it
sun,
in,
hold it
and
in, and then walk and relax. And
especially me with this
those
traffic.
those are all the
Takes me
exercise
a
that my
while.
that
Yeah.
my teacher teach, and
Yeah.
you can start practicing. So it's not about getting a lot of information and
Hmm.
processing your mind only, because that doesn't make sense. You got to practice.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I used to like meditate a lot now because I'm a mom. I have a busy life, but I try to at least 5 and then 10 minutes because
Yeah, that's the way you start.
it
I
tells me
started.
to like reset everything inside and
Mhm.
also to connect.
It's all about the samkaras. The samkara is a word from Sanskrit that means the cycle of lives that you do. And we bring in every life, we bring certain qualities and certain bad habits that we need to work on it. And when you do meditation, you become aware and you can have that syntony to
To
change and to
change.
change to a good habit. So the meditation is a great tool to that, because we have the seeds of bad and good inside of us, and everything
Mm,
that you go to a different environment, that seed can sprout, or you go to a good environment and you practice this, and the seed of goodness can sprout, and then changes happening, because otherwise we are in the cycle and everything is
right.
the same thing, because polarity and dualities,
You
we
brought
are.
a good point because, the whole theme of my podcast is to spread love and kindness. And you
Mm.
said, what you put out there.
It's all about love, but
Yeah, and that will help us to elevate the energy of the planet, Mother Gaia, Pachamama, and that's how we maintain the energy in a higher level. That's why we see a lot of synchronicities, like numbers,
mhm,
because we're also like numbers.
everything is vibration. Like
Yeah.
Tesla, he liked the number 3, 6, and 9.
Oh, really? And what
Special
is that?
numbers, because it's connected to nature and to the Fibonacci theory
Uh huh.
that goes in circle. Everything, a plant start growing like that in that sequence, and we are in our DNA like that too. Everything's like that.
Yeah, that's why the DNA is like that. Wow,
Uh-huh.
that's interesting. You see,
The
this guy is
flower.
very knowledgeable. That's why I
No,
wanted to have him back because he has a lot of knowledge
no,
to share that will help us.
I'm glad I went to the path with my master, and it's all what Jesus teach and everything. But he tell us how to get there, because
Mhm.
master are no master of other people, are master of themselves, and they have control over the breathing, over death, over sin, that is error.
And that's true. I
You
was
know.
thinking about that, like what you were telling me last time. It kind of
Mm,
sink in because it was like an aha moment.
mm,
Like I was thinking, okay, Jesus Christ, before he got crucified and all of that, he went through like a lot of stuff, and he I don't know exactly, but I know that he was at the desert meditating, and that's when
40 days, 40
the
days.
snake and all of that got tempted him, and
Because he was human too, and that's
mhm.
why he can own the whole world. He can be a king or an emperor like others, and but he decided no, through love and to kindness, and I master myself. I can bring my body after 3 days again, because I want to show you we are spiritual beings, we are not physical.
That's what I always say. Remember, we're souls
He-
living this human experience, and we have to make the best out of it. And there you go.
we are not perfect, we have light and we
No.
have shades,
Hmm.
but you got to focus on the light, and then you become away from polarities and dualities, and you become one in love and in concentration and light. And then that's the only way you can be, that's the Christ consciousness, the only way you can be away from error and from sin. That's why it's very good to be connected and to
Yeah,
do.
nobody's perfect.
No,
We're all
no, no.
tempted, and like I said, I never, you
Mm,
know,
mm,
never portray myself perfect or anything, but I
no.
do my best, to be kind, loving, and respectful to others, and help as much as I can.
Mhm.
And if I can't, I can. It's out of my hands. But yeah, that's my way to show there's a God in me.
Yeah.
And and thank you for sharing that knowledge because it
No.
makes sense.
Yeah. That's why I think we are in a time of realizing about these tools and use them.
Yeah,
And
like I
use
see
them.
a lot of people has awakened slowly,
Mhm.
for surely they're awaking. But like you said,
Mhm.
everything is on its own pace and rhythm that everybody wakes up.
Yeah, and we are in different stages because different incarnation, different karmas, and we work in different. But meditation will help you, even if you are not believing in God. You meditate and you will feel more calm, more
Yeah,
peaceful, more joyful.
because you clear everything and you
Uh-huh.
connect it to the higher being that
And
gives you
then
the
you can
peace.
do whatever mission you came to do or whatever work that you want to do. If it's a work that make the awareness higher on people, you're blessed. So but whatever you do, if you meditate, you will be more relaxed and everything will flow through you,
Right.
because we
Also,
are we are not the doers.
yes. Also, what you were saying about the even the Christmas tree and the lights has a meaning. Like, what
Yeah,
is the
that's
correlation to the
there is a book
spirituality?
that we are having a reading every Wednesday. It's about the second coming of Christ within you. It's a commentary from Paramahansa Yogananda about the Bible,
Hmm.
and he teaches everything with detail, everything about the Revelation chapter, everything about the Christ, the three wise men that came from the Eastern. They were following a star. The
Hmm.
star was the star of the Christ. Interior Christ is the intuition that guide them to that place where Jesus were about to born.
Hmm.
And there's a connection to Jesus in another lifetime when before. And also when Jesus came after he was 11, 12 years old, he went to India and to Tibet and came back to the final mission. There is a lot of books written about that. It's one called Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ. There is the book that I'm reading now. That's the Second Coming of Christ. So there, they explain about how the tree is our spine,
Hmm.
and the lights of the chakra are the light that you see, Christmas lights,
The
and the
red,
star,
green, and the
the star
star.
is the third eye.
The third eye. Wow. So everything is related, huh?
Yeah, and even if you don't see the third eye or experience things, that's not the purpose of meditation. The purpose is to feel love, to kindness, and to spread that to others, and to be more balanced. And
That's
then
why everybody during this time of the year they're more kind, they're more loving, and
and more stressful too.
yeah. But it makes sense what you're saying because this is the time that when
Because
Jesus Christ, he was born, on December. But like the holidays are coming here in the States, we celebrate Thanksgiving, so that's why it makes sense.
and that's the gift. The gift is to be present, and to be present is to feel that in yourself, that Christ intelligence, because that's part of God. God is intelligence, is peace, is joy, is many things that we start feeling in ourselves,
Hmm.
knowledge,
Right.
but it's,
So everything is related. It's like
yeah,
it's just a matter of us to wake up and do some research, and yeah, it will
and
make
love,
sense.
and love
Yeah,
is,
it's like the other day I was talking to another guest, and I said we vibrate in love, and we're the result of the creation of love out of a love connection.
mm,
And if we are not loving and kind with each other, you know, we're defeating,
mm.
the whole purpose of how we were created.
That's the reason we are here.
Yeah.
That's the reason to wake up and to love each other and to realize that we are not the body, not the ego, and not what we have, and not be attached to anything. Because when you're attached to something, you are not the king of the soul that is in you, and you sell your soul for something.
I know. It's terrible because when you love with ego,
Mm.
it doesn't help.
And every religion teaches that the first commandment is to love God with all your strength, all your power, and your love
Hmm.
and willpower, and to love others as yourself. And when you do meditation, you can do that. How you love God with all your power, your will, by concentration,
Yeah.
by doing the vital energy, by eating less, by doing exercise, that go to the sun, take care of your body, have a right posture, practice every
Hmm.
day. Do the 5 minutes and start, as you said, 5, 10 minutes, and then with time,
It takes longer. Uh-huh. And you will
you
feel better.
and
You
you
feel the
enter
difference.
in that rhythm and that frequency, and everything starts changing. The environment, the meditation got longer.
And you get more like I wouldn't say wisdom, but I would say like you will get more connected to your higher being and the higher power, and you get more like
We
messages.
have the wisdom inside of us. We are
Yeah,
all God's
children. Yeah,
children, but God's too. We are
yeah,
made in the image of God.
right.
But I know that sounds weird when I say we are all God, but I mean
No, it's true because we're
in
the
in the sense
yeah.
that we can wake up that things that are inside of our soul.
Mhm.
We just need to remember, and the meditation help you to start remembering and to start realizing all things that were wrong, or that's why it's war and division and so
Yeah,
many problems with dogma or whatever it is, and you start just realizing.
war is just for uh, personal opinion
Mm.
because it's business, is war, is and it's sad. A lot of innocents, are dragging under the bus, but um, that's painful. And this is the time for us to wake up as human beings to become united and learn, that loving with ego and being attached to material stuff
Mm.
doesn't take us anywhere. That's where we are right now, and there are more changes,
But we are remember,
drastic changes coming
yeah,
to humanity, and it's sad. But we need to wake up and, like they say, smell the coffee and realize we're souls living this human
mm,
experience, and we need
yeah,
to do the best we can to be kind, loving with each other, and for future generations behind us to leave a better place than how we found it. And how we're going to do that is just to
mm,
wake up and vibrate on energy and positive and raise the energy of love and like MJ used to say, we are the world, we are the children, and we need to raise the energy of love.
yeah, and don't take things too seriously because the soul is eternal. We are eternal beings
Hmm.
going through just a stage play, and we are experiencing this and that and the war and the dying and everything, but we really don't die. We can always come back if God wants, and we
Yeah,
can
but
just
wars are sad, and to me, it breaks my heart. And
we
I
feel it.
just, I just hope everybody out there that is in those places where it's war, just prayers for you guys,
Yes,
and all the best. And God is with all of us and with you guys. So let's just, and for all of us that we're not in those places, we just have to remain positive and do the best we can with all these changes coming, and just elevate the energy with love and kindness. Sometimes it's hard because we think different, and sometimes we can agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we have to realize that love is love.
and hope always is hope. Even if
Especially
you're
nowadays, the holidays are coming, and
mm,
we just have to remember that there's a reason why, God came and tried to rescue us, but now it's time for us to do our part.
yeah,
And I just say love is love, and let's be kind with each other and
and
caring.
service to others is
Service to
happiness.
others is happiness.
You
Yes,
realize that when in
yes,
the long run that when you do things selfishly for yourself,
yeah,
you are
yeah,
wrong and you will feel miserable.
yeah.
Even if you have millions of dollars in the bank, but
You still feel unhappy.
no, but if you
Mhm.
do something for others, wow, what a blessing it is, and you
Like
feel
for
in your heart.
you, spending your time, you can be somewhere else, and I appreciate you. You make this time for us and for my audience and sharing your knowledge, and knowledge is power. And thank you so much for doing this.
No,
And
thank you. My pleasure.
and I'm honored to always have you here and sharing your time and your knowledge with the audience, and to let them wake up and smell the coffee. We're more than humans living this earth experience. We're souls living this earth experience, and we have to do the best we can for each other. And anything else you want to?
That's why going back to meditation, when you focus, you all become one with the light and you become aware of the real self, and everything becomes more peaceful on duality and relativity and
Mm-hmm.
whatever is going on in the world,
Right.
because even in that position you can send your energy to the people who are suffering. The best thing you can do is meditation. It's the best service they can do, talking about awareness and consciousness, because you are sending that vibration and
That's
helps
why we see a lot of numbers and a lot of like stuff that can be signs for us to wake up and, hey,
Mm.
you're doing the right thing. So thank you so much, Sergio. I
Thank you.
appreciate you for sharing your time, your knowledge with my audience, and thank you for being here. And whenever you want to stop by, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
And it's always an honor. And how people can reach out to you and learn more about the spirituality.
Well, I'm not a teacher, but I have a teacher. So if you want to learn, you can sign for the lessons and go to yogananda.org, sign for the lesson. They send you by mail. And there you can just start practicing at home, whatever lesson one, and you practice the exercise, become more aware. And also you start reading metaphysical material. But when you meditate, you are in another symphony and you can start catching.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you forget. Even now we're talking, but if you don't practice or you do, that's why we are coming back and back and back in like a little baby. We reincarnate because
until we learn the lesson, until we graduate
to wake up and to start
learn.
in a path, but it has to be in you, that seed, and that, how you say, is devotion. If you don't have that seed and devotion, that power inside of you to discover, it will not happen. You gotta make a time, and it's about effort and a little bit, and also you will see the difference, as you start practicing.
Well, thank you so much. And like what he said, we need to elevate the energy, vibrate on the same energy, which is love and kindness, because that will take us far. And
all religions are path to that,
to love
awareness,
and kindness.
And to that love. And whatever path you choose, look for one, and the path will come to you. Knock, and the door will be open.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're always welcome here. And thank you, everybody. And I hope you are enjoying the holidays. And, we'll be having more fun stuff here and more knowledgeable topics that will help us. And, I'm doing the best I can to bring you the best. And with the utmost, love I can put out there with you guys. And I love you. Thank you for helping me to spread love and kindness. And God bless everybody and happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Flor,
and happy Thanksgiving. I know at the time this air is already passed, but thank you so much.
We are very grateful for many things.
Yeah, I live on being grateful, and thank you so much. I live on gratitude, and let's spread love and kindness. And thank you so much for tuning to Chatting with Flor here at LA Talk Radio. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Chatting with Flor Moran, only on LA Talk Radio.